All right, welcome to the Productive Aging Collective morning call. I am your coach today, Felicia Saraceno, one of their co-founders here, and I welcome everyone. I was hoping to see someone on here who had a question before that had messaged me on Facebook. She's not on yet. We'll give her a few minutes. And why we are waiting, do we have any wins that we want to share today? You know, I like to start out with that. I think every coach likes to start out with that. Any positives? Oh, Barbara.
I am going to participate in my first expo.
Hey,
The end
tell
of
us
this
about that.
month. Yeah. So it's like a healthcare thingy, whatever. So I've been working with a branding person, and she suggested, instead of a table, which is kind of like a barrier,
Hmm.
put like two chairs in the front with a little table where they feel comfortable to come and sit and chat. Older people, they love to talk. So it's more welcoming. I'm gonna see how that works. It may backfire on me, I don't know. Also to, have a timer or something like, what can you tell me in 3 minutes? Or how can I help you in, whatever, something like that. So I'll let you know how that goes. It's sort of like a different approach, but we'll see.
We'll try it and see how it goes.
Hmm.
I like the brain games idea too, like have something that's geared towards brain games for folks. I think
Uh-huh.
that's really helpful and it gets thought provoking for them. So you could think of something that has to do with a brain game and
Hmm.
kind of brainstorm some different ideas. But I like that idea.
Yeah, it's Brain Awareness Month too.
It sure is. It sure is.
Yeah.
Really good point. Absolutely. Congratulations. I'm excited for you.
Thank you. I'll let you know.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Anyone else?
Um,
Any wins? Yeah, Cindy.
I held an open house for another person in my office. Unfortunately, it was very, very slow. I only had two parties come through, but one of them is a senior couple, and I'm going to be working with them.
Fabulous. And how are you working with them?
They are moving from South Carolina, and I'm going to help them find a home in the Twin Cities. Also, they have a special needs adult daughter,
Mhm.
and she wants to find an apartment. And so I'm kind of putting feelers out and trying to help them find. And so ideally, they want to be in a short driving distance for wherever their daughter lands. So
Yeah,
kind of crazy that one out of two, and I'm going to end up working with them.
that's fabulous. Congratulations. Awesome. Anyone else? Get one last one in before we get started.
I will go.
Heather?
I haven't seen you since Girls with Grit. Nice to see
I know. How are you? It's good to see you. Yeah, I was on vacation last week, so my team was covering for me.
you. Well, we all missed you.
You, thank you. Yeah.
So, I wanted to share with the girls because again, you were on vacation. I spoke last week and I went on a appointment yesterday to start building my BOD,
Hmm.
and I blew him away, girls. So
Yay.
he had never had anybody approach him in that type of manner. I made sure to drop the word exclusive and exclusivity and all the synonyms, so he clearly heard my message. You guys, he shook my hand and is on board and cannot wait to hear more.
Oh, that's so fun. Congratulations. Once that kind of starts clicking for you, it makes a huge difference. Huge
Oh
difference.
my gosh, yes. And it definitely helped being able, like, I spoke with Paul on in between me leaving my house and going to the appointment. So he gave me some really good pointers and talking points and kind of how to go in there. And instead of it being like an interview, literally do it like a sales. I went in with my car salesman pitch turned on. Like I went in there like knowing I'm confident. This is what I want. This is what I'm going in here for. And if I don't get it, it's okay. On to
Yeah.
the next. So, just wanted to share that because I know a lot of the other girls in the group are also working on it. So,
Yeah,
Pointers,
absolutely.
go for it, ladies.
You have to do it. And also know that, I've been doing this now going on 4 years. Know that not everyone's going to be able to give you exactly what you're looking for. So you have to pivot and shift, but know that they will, when you keep top of mind for them, they will refer to you. So one of my estate planner attorneys, we've worked together on many, many things. And they would help me out with certain things and give me some referrals, but it never kind of turned into anything, right? Because you have to convert those referrals, right, folks? And so I recently got a probate from them with 3 homes attached to that probate. So that's my first, in the past almost 4 years, my first transactions that I'm going to gain from them, right? And so it takes a while. Sometimes it doesn't always happen in the time frame that you want. I also work with another senior living community that's had a ton of turnover. So we know that this industry is cyclical. It's also very incestuous. And coming from this background, I know this better than anyone since working in this area. And yesterday, I got a referral from a newer salesperson at this community. And it is for 2 homes that they need to sell to move into senior living. So it's fabulous that this does happen, but it takes time. And don't get discouraged when it's not working in the manner that you want it to, because it will all come together. So thanks for sharing that, Heather, and great to see you again.
You as well. Thank you.
Yes. And I see, hi Donna, hi Frankie, hi Geraldine. I'm not sure if I've met you, Sherry Shea. And you're new to my call, so welcome.
Hi, thank you. I've met you before, but in another group.
Okay.
And so I'm
Yep.
just kind of very seriously considering joining your group, but really
Awesome.
enjoying these calls.
Awesome. So yeah, we're starting. I'm so happy that everyone's here because we've just launched our senior launch group, which is so exciting because it's going to be a great way to get into production, to get you all started, to get you all moving along as quickly as possible on a pace that's attainable because we've all been drinking from this fire hose for so long. But today I was hoping to see the one of our members on here because she had a question, but we're going to make sure that this is recorded and posted. I'm just making sure that she didn't send me a Facebook message on my phone quick because that's where she reached out to me. So a lot of you reach out to me and I want to be able to get back to every single one of you as quickly as possible. But a lot of times the best place to ask your question is on our social media, right? Our Facebook group, because you don't only get my input, but you might get some input from one of the other coaches. And you also are going to get some input from other agents or other industry professionals that are on these, because it's not on our Facebook platform that we have, the senior mastermind. It's not just open to agents. I've invited a ton of industry professionals that have very, very, very strong backgrounds in home care and hospice, in senior living, in aging in place options. So it's important that we utilize that tool. And the question that she had asked me was, let me just pull it up so I'm not paraphrasing. This way we get to the heart of it. She did a small bag drop off at 20 senior communities. They were called Ray of Sunshine. Her last name is Ray. And so they were called Ray of Sunshine bags. And it was a way for her to introduce herself. They just had a succulent and a sunshine keychain in them. I've now had 6 people return my message and will give me a tour of their community. My question is, do you think I should bring another small bag / token or just come with enthusiasm and gratitude? So have any of you dropped off some professional referral Pop-Bys before? And have you received any feedback from them, or have you received any conversion of a tour or a meeting from them?
So I haven't done Pop-Bys. Like when I go for a tour, I bring a candy jar filled with candy, which is usually seasonal. And then I go to revisit them with a bag filled with candy, but I haven't just randomly dropped it off with somebody I hadn't spoken with before.
Okay, because you should always go with intent
Mhm.
and know that they may be busy when you come there, because as a professional working in the senior industry, you get unexpected tours all the time. And so it's always, sometimes you have to pivot and shift. I have a whole class on how to do this by region, by area, by group, what you're dropping off, how to drop off. But the question is should you do it again? And I will let you all know if you are on a monthly basis dropping off to the same person, to the same area, please do not do that. You will be known as the cookie lady. And the cookie lady concept is about 20 to 25 years old in the senior living industry. So I'm going to give you some tips. So make sure you write these down. And Sherry, can you spotlight me? Because on mine, it's not showing, because I want people to be able to kind of show, to see what I'm going to show. And so it's important that we are working together in harmony with the folks that we want to partner with. Now, one of the things that I want you to understand, the cookie lady or the cookie gentleman could be many different things, but you don't want to be known as that, because when you do call them to say, hey, I'm going to pop by today, are you available?
What?
They will, and remember, I've been in this industry for almost 2 decades. They are not shy to ask you for coffee. Are you stopping anywhere to bring me anything? I have seen some interesting behavior, and I'll leave it at that, from asking to stop at places to bring them something to eat, and whatnot. And I won't get into all of that, because I've been in this industry for a very long time. You want to come by and bring value, and you should be rotating who you're seeing on a monthly basis, unless they are providing you a monthly referral. Now, we all know that if someone gives you a referral, you need to thank them for that. So how are you all thanking them right now before I go any further? Are you sending them a note? Are you sending them a little gift? What are you doing? Because it doesn't matter if you convert that referral or not. It has to do with making sure that you are being gratitude. What
I
are you
haven't
all doing?
received a referral yet, so
Okay. So when you haven't received the referral, let's put that aside. But when you do, what are you all doing for that? It doesn't matter if it came from your hairdresser, your accountant, anyone that's on your bod. What are you doing for that?
I make sure to send a gift, and I also reach out with a phone call immediately after I've talked to the prospect, whether I've turned them into a client or not. I just want to acknowledge, like, hey, thank you for the partnership, or again, just acknowledge their effort.
Yeah.
Let them know what we talked about, what the, what's moving forward. Because again, it's a partnership. I want them to follow up with the information that I just gave them as well.
Yes. So one of the
kind of
things
a
that I
gift.
do is when you talk about sending them a gift, I partner with local companies for this. Local candy shops. I have a local candle shop that's very, very expensive, but it's all essential oils, and I send them a little, I have different gifts from different companies. I'm not going to send them all the same thing. So it's between $5 to $15, small amount with a little note from me. The company sends it. I don't send it, right? I'll send them little candies. Like we have Norman Love here, which is a really big candy place here that makes homemade candies. That's like all over the place on, Food Network and whatnot. So I send them a little 2-pack of those as one. I've sent them a little air freshener for their car. That's all natural essential oils as another. I sent it to them as gratitude with a note from me. I also send them a handwritten note that I write. Handwritten notes, guys, if you're not doing them, ladies on this call, you better start getting into the habit of doing them. Gratitude is important. Every day I write 2 gratitude thank you notes to people who have helped me within my business. And it doesn't mean that I'm writing them to the same people. My list is 70 referral partners long. You all know that. I've been in this industry for a long time. I know a lot of people. And so I need to be able to rotate on who is helping me. And as these new folks are coming in, who is being a part of it. And so I write 2 thank you cards a day. I write 1 Google review a day, and I ask them to write one for me as well. And this is 5 days a week. The thing about referring and giving referrals to people is we live in an age right now where emails and text messages are coming in by the droves. I mean, I don't know about you all, but right now I have 11 text messages that I did not get back to this morning and 261 emails. And that's just from this morning. So I want you to know that your folks that are in senior living are receiving the same amount of or higher text messages and emails on a daily basis. So if you just send them an email, it's going to get lost in the sauce. If it's not important to them, if it's not converting them into a sale, they're going to keep it moving. So sending them a handwritten note, sending them to a little thank you gift for them is something that is very, very, very crucial and important. And I see that, Sherry, you have your hand up.
Just curious to know how you would handle someone who has atrocious handwriting. I never send anything handwritten because nobody can read it.
So your printer should be able to print on a note card. You can put it
Okay.
right in and just sign it.
Okay.
Because that's what I used to do when I thought my handwriting was really bad. And now I'm like, oh, well, at least I'm sending you something. I'm a lefty. So I'm a creative person. I'm a lefty. My handwriting's not the best.
Well,
So
mine's truly awful.
I get it. I get it. So that's the other thing that I would do. Now, when it comes time for Pop-Bys and referrals, when you're having these conversations with your communities that you're working with or with your partners, it doesn't matter if it's home care, it doesn't matter if it's an attorney's office, a accountant, whoever is on your bod, you are going to pop by first with your little something, whatever that is. I don't have anything handy right now. So you're going to pop by with your little measuring tapes, your little candies, your little whatever you're going to do. When you're there, you are going to ask them if they would like some of your marketing collateral. You're not going to have it with you. When they say, yeah, I'd love to have it. And you're going to say to them, well, the reason why I want you to have it is when you are talking to your clients and they say that they want to work with an agent, how are you giving them my information? Oh, I just email it to them, or, I'm writing it down for them. No, I'd like for you to have some of my rack cards. Remember, seniors cannot read this. If it's not 14 size font or larger, forget it. They can't read it. If it's in big, bold colors, if you have red on there and yellow, if they are colorblind, they cannot see it. Remember, I have worked in this industry for well over a decade. If it's on glossy paper, they cannot write on it. They're very frustrated. Now you've just taken a great interaction and now they're pissed off at you. Because remember, our seniors don't have much going on in their lives. They're retired. Their important factors of the day are what are they eating? When do they take their medication? What doctor's appointments do they have? What's on their list to get done? You need to make it as easy as possible for them. I have moved over 360 seniors. I know exactly what goes on in their mind. Doesn't matter what level of education they have, what level of finances they have, household income, none of that matters. They all go through the same thing. So you have to make it as easy as possible. So when you drop off your marketing collateral, and I just helped one of our VIP coaching students create his, and I walked him through the benefits, what to write, what not to write, how to make it very attractable to someone who's reading it so they would use you. So that's part of our coaching platform that we have. But when it comes time for your marketing collateral, you're going to ask the professional if they would keep it in a little lucite holder. You can get the little lucite holders from Amazon. I'll give you all a link later on the ones that I use. They're really inexpensive. You're going to buy these in bulk. You're only going to give them about 15 to 20 of them. You are not going to give them a huge stack. Why?
You want an excuse to reconnect.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
I want to be able to drop by. I also want to know if they're actually giving them out. If they're only calling me one time a year to replenish, or when I pop by, I'm only replenishing one time a year, we have a problem. We have a disconnect. They're not giving my stuff out fast enough. And so we need to figure out why. It is important for you to be able to connect with them at a high level and bring them marketing collateral sometimes. Sometimes you're going to give them a Pop-By gift. The Pop-By gift is introductory. The referral gifts are as they happen. So it's important for you to know where and how many times that you're going to pop by for them. I have a whole class on this. And at the end of the day, for those who are members, you can go on and you can find them. Hi, Tina. So we were just talking about, just to recap really quick, how many times you should pop by, what you should bring. Your first pop by, like you did, because I explained to them your message, was a gift, but now we're going to bring marketing collateral. Small amounts, 15 to 20 pieces, so you can replenish and re-engage with them. When you do go by and talk to them, you're going to ask them, what are they doing for prospecting? I know Paul doesn't like the word prospecting, but in this industry, prospecting is a very well-known word. How are they getting people into their building? How are they building relationships? How are they converting sales? And how can you help? That is going to strategize and create a strategy session for you to figure out how you can build a professional or a client event for them to bring people in. Those are your clients, those are their clients. Everyone who's moving into senior living is living in a home right now. What they're doing with the home is secondary. It's your job to showcase them how you can help build their business. Then you strategize on different types of events that you could do with them. Ask them what they've done in the past. Start asking them thought-provoking questions on what you can do and what you're comfortable with doing with how to create an event. Yes, Barbara.
So next Tuesday, I am doing a floral arrangement event at senior center, or not it's an assisted living. So I have a friend who goes to florists. They're going to throw out these flowers. They're perfectly fine. And we bring them. I bring the vases. I got these very inexpensive vases at the dollar store.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they look wonderful. And so and we cut the flowers for them because they have problems with the scissors and stuff, but then they arrange them. I've done it before and their faces light up. It's a great event.
Yeah, that's fun. That's really fun. And no, it's something that they can use in their dining tables. They could put it in their room. And at the end of the day, it's important to figure out how you're converting and what you're doing on getting clients from that. So
Right.
always have a call to action on that.
Mhm.
All those events are really fun, but we want to make sure that you're getting business in. And partnering with companies like a Trader Joe's, or if you have a Sprouts by you, they give away flowers when they get too old.
Okay.
That's where I used to get them for our senior living community.
Oh, fabulous. Yeah.
So they will give you flowers either at a discount or for free. And so, because they cannot use them anymore, just as a
Right.
little
And all you have to say is it's for seniors and yeah.
for senior living. Yep. Because
Yeah.
I used to buy my cases of wine from Trader Joe's because my community was heavy wine drinkers. we had fun at happy hour. So I used to go and buy all of the cases of wine because Trader Joe's was on my way into the community. And I'm like, I'll pick up our 7 cases of wine right now every 2.5 weeks.
Wow.
So we had a lot of fun, a lot of fun. And the corporate office was like, you're spending too much money on wine. And I'm like, oh, okay. But it was fun. We used to have a lot of events too. So these are important tips for you. So when you do pop by, you need to have a schedule on who you're popping by to see. Your pop by should be very intentional, less than 5 to 10 minutes there. Thought provoking of how you can add some collateral, your marketing collateral, into their discovery place, their discovery office, or into their brochure, into their market, like into the where they give out brochures, which people ask for. I need PT, I need I need physical therapist, I need geriatric care management, whatever the case is. Where do they keep that collateral and how can you be part of it? Then asking how you can help promote them with an event, with an outside event, bringing prospects from the outside in to
Did she freeze?
Yeah.
You froze.
The pretty still picture.
For real.
I'm happy that you said something though. I thought maybe I froze.
Yeah, I do quite often. That's why I asked, like, wait a minute.
I wonder if she realizes that she froze.
Tina, tell us about your win.
Oh, well, I apologize for being late. So that was fantastic that Felicia was talking about it. I just getting I don't my last name is Ray and I don't know why, but all of a sudden it just popped in my brain about doing Ray of Sunshine bags. So I just brought yellow bags, which I had changed because I had just purchased 100 black bags that just came from Etsy. So I was super bummed, but I did 20 yellow bags. I did a little bit of a succulent plant, and I got the little terracotta plants all from Amazon, the little ones. I
Yeah.
put them into the bags and I went to, I don't know, whatever cheap store that's in the area and bought little sunshine keys or yellow something, yellow smiley faces. And I threw that in there along with a card that introduced myself. So it was a postcard. And I just went to 20 communities in the area and just introduced myself to say, hi, this is me. I am just dropping off this Ray of Sunshine bag, and I called it out and said, I know it's cheesy, but you'll remember it because it's just that cheesy. And I dropped it off at 20 places, and so far I've had 10 people respond, 9 tours, and one said that they don't do it because they're a direct line from the hospitals, but I've gotten something.
Here you
And
go.
one of the ladies happened to be somebody that I knew in a previous life when I used to sell liquor. So she said, oh my gosh, Tina, it's so great to see you again. I'm telling all of our communities that they have to work with you. So it's crazy how life comes back.
It
knocks
does.
on the door.
You better use that resource to get you some discounts for the wine.
But to go back off of what Felicia was just saying, that her comment about coming back and doing coming back and doing some sort of promotion and bringing things in is so spot on, because when I was sitting with that director yesterday, it was a small community, she knew everybody, and there was a lovely lady that just felt out of place because she didn't have a job to do. And I, like, of course, when my brain was trying to rack, like, what if this and what if that, but coming in to do some sort of something maybe once a month, and maybe promote that one lady to be my helper. I don't know, like, maybe that would be something. And I love that idea, Felicia, about coming back in and doing some sort of class. Like, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
some sort of a presentation, some sort of a lunch and learn presentation. Remember, once a month in one community is too much. Once a quarter is a lot more
Oh,
attainable for you. Please know
smart.
that you will not be able to keep up with that if you have 20 communities. That's 20 days in the
I
month
know.
that you would be like you would be honed in on. So
Yes.
the other thing is, if you're part of a National Aging in Place Council, it's when you start out doing events, it's a great way to get your foot in the door. And once a quarter or twice a year events are great. I do events at a very high level. I speak at events at a very high level. This year alone, I have done 5 speaking engagements every month except for the month of May. So it's a lot. Trust me, it's a lot. It's an hour to get there. It's to set up. You have your hour speaking. It's an hour to leave. That's 3 hours of your day that,
Yeah.
I use my car as I'm really great at making phone calls in the car, way better at lead generating in the car than here at my office, because I'm less distracted by what's happening and I can just call my people in the car. I also use my database. When I have to make my notes, I do voice notes and just put them in. It's important for you to be able to keep track of what you're doing. But know that you have to start out small to get larger. And so
Yes.
baby steps are always the best way to start that. Down here in Southwest Florida, we were just meeting at our National Aging in Place Council meeting yesterday. We have a ton of resources down here. I got Seniors Blue Book. I have Naples Interagency. I have Cameo. We have the Aging in Place Council. We have National, the NAIPC. We have the senior centers. I mean, we are like drinking from a fire hose down here. I have the Alzheimer's Support Network, the Alzheimer's Association. It's like there's too much. There's too much. So you have to come up with something that is unique. Your titles have to be high-end titles. Take the word downsizing out of your titles, folks. It's negative word. Right sizing is better. Come up with some fun, witty ways of getting your titles out there. Use your AI, like your Gemini, your ChatGPT, your Plexius, to come up with a fun, witty way of getting people engaged to come out to them. You want to have it be positive. All right, Miss Cindy, because we got to wrap this up. I got to head up to an estate sale.
My question is for Tina. So when you walked in with your sunshine bags, like, what did you do? Did you ask to talk with talk to me about that a little bit. And
I really just walked in. I Googled who was in my area, and I kind of had a game plan of, like, going on one side of town and then mapped it out. And when I got to some of them were a little bit smaller, and I'm like, maybe not my jam. So I tried to go for some of the bigger ones, and I literally just walked in the door, asked whoever made eye contact with me if there wasn't somebody at the desk. And I just said, hey, just looking to speak with the director, or whatever. A lot of times when you walk right into the foyer, there was a little table with cards on it, so you could kind of see who was in charge. So I pretty much then knew who to ask. If I couldn't find the information on the internet when I looked up their place, because a lot of times people don't have that, and I just walked in and just said, hi, my name is Tina. I was just looking to see if I can speak with the director. I've got a bag for them. And then most people are pretty excited about the idea of receiving something. And then if I didn't connect with them, I just asked for their card.
And so pro tip on that, instead of Googling it, If you have a seniors blue book in your area, seniors blue book are located at every CVS, Walgreens, doctor's office, you name it. In seniors blue book,
We don't have that.
and if you have one, you can search for grids at a glance. It will give you everybody who's in those communities along with their email addresses, phone numbers, etc. See if you have a seniors resource section at your local PD, because that's where you would find something. You could also find that if you don't have a seniors blue book, you could also find that at the local senior center. So these are some tips for you to get the information to the correct person. And Cindy, last call. Cindy, I'll have you chat because I got to head over to it.
Okay. So
to
Felicia
Keenel.
is the director, the person we should be asking for.
The sales director. Do not ask for the
Sales-
executive director. Do
Sales
not.
director. Okay.
Sales director. I'm going to tell you, as a former executive director, you will piss off the executive director. The sales director is the person you want to talk to, because here's the thing. By time 9:30, 10 o'clock came around, as a former executive director, I was knees deep into what happened overnight. If there were any issues, if the state is coming, if we had any missed medicine passes, no call outs. The executive director is not the person who you wanted to connect with. The events activities director is not the person you want to contact with at first. Sales director is the direct line, not the business office person. Sales director, your sales and marketing, your move-in coordinator, people who are one-on-one with the folks coming into the community, who are the decision makers. Once you get into the community and you have a conversation with them, because Corey does some great script and role plays this afternoon at 11:30 is going to be doing one today. Once you start getting your foot in the door, that's when you bring in everyone else, because you now established a relationship. You want to meet everybody and you want to see how they can help, create these events, because at the end of the day, it takes a village to get everything kind of pushed together, right? And you want to be able to have that activities director involved, the executive director. You want them to show up to your event, introduce themselves. Nothing's worse than an ED who doesn't come into an event to say, hey, thanks so much for coming to my community. They want to be able to see them. So that's when you pull people in. And that's as an ED when I came into my events. I would stop, just a quick pop by, introduce myself. Welcome. We're so happy to have you here. Chefs prepared a magnificent meal for you. We have a great community. Do a short intro. But the sales director is going to be the driver of these events. That's your job. Was that helpful for everyone?
Yep. And I'm also available to chat a little bit more if anybody ever wants to do it. I just put that in the message. Tina Feeney Ray can reach out to me and chat a little bit more about what I said, just to get the feedback back.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you could find her, you could also just write in our open Facebook page.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the best way for us to communicate so that we can help more people who are talking about this. And then Barbara asks, is Blue Book available through AAA? Not sure if they have it there. I mean, I know it's at all the doctor's offices. It's even at our Publix, which is our grocery store. It's everywhere. And if you don't have a seniors Blue Book, oh, what a great opportunity to think about how to create one. Be the connector for your community. It isn't cheap to start, but hey, would be a great idea to get some investors together to get you started and be the center of this aging in place knowledge that you could be as a realtor. Hint, hint. All right. Have a great day, everyone. I am off to a clean out for an estate. And
Have fun.
oh
Good
yeah,
luck.
super fun. There's lots of fun things that are popping up all over this place. So
And that's why you're
bringing
wearing
the
black
critters
today.
home. Yeah.
Bye.
All
Have
right,
a
I'll
great
talk
day,
to you all
everybody.
soon. Thank you. Thanks so much. Bye.
Bye.